Hey, Nyob Zoo everyone. My name is the Hmong Mika guy, and this is part 2 to a series of videos that is designed to help teach you how to read and write in Hmong. Now, just to recap, in the first video, we went over the single vowels. So if you haven't learned those single vowels yet, or if you haven't watched the video on that, I would suggest going and watching that video first before continuing on to this lesson. Because in this lesson, or lesson 2, we are actually going to be talking about tones. Now, tones are very important because they dictate the way that you pronounce the vowel or the word in general. So in English, there are 2 tones per vowel. So there's a short and a long one. So for example, let's take the English vowel letter O. So for O, the short version is O as in octopus, and the long version is O as in ocean. So with that said, English, they have 2 tones per each vowel. Hmong, however, we have 8 tones per vowel, so that's 4 times as much. And with that many tones, it can be really hard to distinguish one from another. But I've gone ahead and I'm gonna try my best to make each one kind of stand out on their own. So each tone has a letter that corresponds to it. So these letters are B as in Bravo, M as in Mike, J as in Juliet, V as in Victor, nothing, S as in Sierra, G as in Golf, and D as in Delta. Okay? So once again, the 8 tones are B, M, J, V, nothing, S, G, and D. Alright, so in this video, what I'm going to do is we're going to go through the 8 tones only for the letter A. So for the vowel A. So we're going to learn Now we're going to learn the 8 different tones for the vowel A. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to split these tones into 2 sections. So we're going to learn the first 4, and then we're going to rehearse that. Then we're going to learn the other 4, then we're going to rehearse that. And then we're going to put all the 8 tones together, and then we're going to rehearse that. Okay, so without further ado, let's go ahead and learn the first 4 sets. The first tone is tone B as in Bravo, and it is the high tone. It sounds like ah, ah as in ah, baby. To me, ah, ah. So once again, B is high, and it sounds like ah. Alright, the next one is tone M as in Mike, and it is the low tone. It sounds like ah. Ah as in ba, blanket. Vopa, like to cover yourself in a blanket. Ah. Once again, M is low. Ah. The third tone is tone J as in Juliet. It is the super high tone. It sounds like ah. Ah as in ba, flower. Banchia, new flower. Ah. Again, J is super high, and it goes like ah. The fourth tone is tone V as in Victor. It is the long tone. It goes like ah. Ah as in ah, dirt. Ah. V is long, and it sounds like ah. Alright, so those are the first 4 tones, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to review them again. So what I like to do is I like to review both things. So number 1, I like to review kind of like the visual comparison between them. And number 2, I like to review the sounds. So visualizing it, it goes high, low, super high, long. Again, it goes high, low, super high, long. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and pronunciate the A. Ah, 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 ah. Again. Ah, 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 ah. Alright, so those are the first 4 tones. And to me, those are actually the 4 easiest ones. So the next 4, they're a little bit harder. And we'll see how well we do with those. So we're going to go ahead and continue on to the next 4. So the next one is what we call the normal tone. It is the vowel by itself. It doesn't have another letter at the end of it. So it's just a vowel just by itself. And it is the normal tone. And it sounds like ah. Ah as in ba, air. Or ba, to breathe air. Chua ba, to blow air. Ah. So once again, normal tone sounds like ah. The next tone is tone S as in Sierra, and tone S is the bland tone. It sounds very bland, just kind of like it sounds like ba, ba as in ba, stick. Ba bloyong, fly swatter. Ah. So again, S is bland. Ah. The 7th tone is tone G, as in golf, and it is what I refer to as the stop tone. It sounds like ah. Ah, as in da. Done. Did you finish it yet? ก็เปิดโต๊ะว่า da. Ah. So tone G, it's pretty unique because the easiest way that I remember is that it has a really abrupt end to it. It just stops. Ah. Or da. Da. Alright, so we're going to move on to the last tone, and this is tone D as in Delta. Now tone D is special because it is the super long tone, that's what it's known as, but we hardly ever use it. I think we probably have just like a dozen words that use tone D. So I am not really going to emphasize D from this point on. So I'll teach you how it sounds so that you know. But a lot of times, a lot of Hmong people, we just kind of overlook D. So D is the super long tone, and it's kind of weird because it starts at the low tone, like M, and then it goes to the long tone, V. So it goes low to long, and it sounds like ah. Again, it sounds like ah. Alright, so those are the last 4 tones, and what we're going to do, like before, we're going to rehearse it, or at least go over it in 2 ways. The first one, visualizing it. The second one, the pronunciation. So from the visualizing standpoint, it's going to go normal, bland, stop, super long. Okay? Again, normal, bland, stop, super long. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and pronunciate it now. So it goes ah as in ba, ba as in ba, ah as in da, ah, ah. Okay, so again it goes ah, 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 ah. Okay, so those are all of the 8 tones for the vowel letter A. So as you can see, a lot of them, they sound kind of alike, but like I said, there's 2 ways of kind of remembering how they each of them sound. Number 1, you can remember the visualization of, high, low, super high, long, normal, bland, stop, and super long. Or you can just remember them by the vocabulary, kind of like, the baby, the blanket, the flower, the dirt, etc. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to review them again. So I'm going to go through the visualization first, and then we're going to go through the pronunciation again. So from the beginning, we're going to go high, low, super high, long, normal, bland, stop, super long. Once again, high, low, super high, long, normal, bland, stop, super long. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and pronounce it. Ah, 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 ah. One more time. Ah, 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 ah. Yeah, so with that said, I think that, the tones are actually the hardest part of the Hmong language, in my opinion, because, a lot of them, they do sound alike, and, it's only through practice and repetition, will you be able to kind of, perfect it. So, to me, when I was learning it, when I was young, the visualization, like the high, low, super high, long, that was the easiest way for me to remember it, actually, because if you speak it in that way, all the other vowels, they will just kind of follow suit. So, for example, we're gonna use, let's say, the vowel letter I. So I sounds like E. So if we go from the high, low, super high, long, if we're gonna go like that, it's gonna go E, 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 right? So high, low, super high, long, normal, bland, stop, super long. Alright, so we're gonna go through and let's use another example like W. Okay, and once again W sounds like So we're gonna go from the beginning to the end. It's gonna go Okay, so yeah, it can be pretty tough. So I would say, like, if you're not used to it, like, watch this video and just if you need to, watch it multiple times and just kind of go through and practice, speaking the vowels with me over and over again until you get the hang of it, because the tone is probably one of the most important things in our language. Because if you don't get it right, then you're going to say some words that are not correct. So with that said, this is the conclusion of lesson 2, so which is about tones. So yeah, I tried my best to make it as easy as I can, but like before, if you have questions or comments, post them down in the comment section below, and if you like this video, like, subscribe, share it, and I hope to see you in lesson 3. Okay? 新进的well.